Hello, God bless, Lee Rice here. I'm sitting opposite the position I've written approximately 4 albums. I'm doing these videos to help more realise what the adult society have become. Child of reality. I'm repeating codes of change over and over and over again. I'm only one piece of the puzzle, as I've said on other videos. I'm also sitting and working with multiple other artists on this very street. As a writer of 82 songs. So now I'm sitting outside Self Bar, which was the inspiration for Selfie Bar, which is where they are. And I just say, just watch this. This is the kind of stuff that I'm saying day in, day out, while the moving adult society refuse to see, hear or feel anything at all. I'm sitting quite a distance away from the camera now. But if it was 1 meter, it doesn't make any difference. They just keep walking. Their eyes are in the ground. If they're not in the screen, their eyes are in the ground anyway. If they're in the screen, obviously their eyes are in the ground. They also, as I've said on other videos, like to do this at the point of contact with musicians and artists and writers. Poets, artists, writers. They like to check the time when walking past. The vast majority, in the point of contact with music or art, they look down at the ground or in the opposite direction. And it's been like this for years. From my own eyes, it's been like this for 3,200 days. The chances of a moving adult with any compassion or empathy whatsoever for a writer is approximately 1 in 100. The same statistics apply when I'm working with the other artists, including Tony the Maestro, a guitarist for 52 years. He knows a lot of people. I know a lot of people. That's not the problem. The rest, they wouldn't stop if we paid them to. And this is the evidence of that. Watch this. I'll go through some of my songs, or even just the start of some of the songs, and just watch them. Watch the video. If you have the courage to, watch it and see what they do. And hopefully, quite a few will walk past. The children will notice, every single one, and the adults will just keep on walking with their heads in the ground, with their heads in the screens, and they've been exactly this way for at least 3,000 days. I can see. It's a miracle. Passover dairy, a miracle in this society. It's a miracle. I can hear, feel, and see. It's a miracle. I can hear, feel, and see. It's a miracle in this society. It's a miracle. I bambini possono vedere. È un miracolo. At least the children can see. It's a miracle. In questa società, è un miracolo. In this society, specifically this one, it's a miracle. And the miracle is this: if one single moving adult through the heart of Agrigento has a heartbeat for music or art, it is exactly that, a miracle. But yet somehow the children can. The children will notice a writer sitting here and hear what I'm saying, regardless of the language. So I wrote that in Switzerland more than 2 years ago. And here I am as a writer of 82 songs on this very street, and watch their reaction. I'll keep on going until the sun hits this position. Just watch their position. Just watch the adult society reaction to a writer. So imagine this scenario, one of many possible scenarios. I'm not actually a writer. I'm sitting here as a homeless man instead, outside the Self Bar. How many of the moving adults would offer 5 cents or a piece of bread. They just wouldn't. 1 in 100 would. The vast majority wouldn't stop for anything at all, regardless of what's taking place for music or art or for someone in need. They just wouldn't. And I've documented that very, very, very closely and clearly for many years. They just walk past and keep walking and keep walking. And they've been following exactly that pattern for thousands of days. I'll wait for the bus. Regardless of whether I share the truth in English or Italian, they just keep walking. They just keep walking. They don't have compassion or empathy. I share some positives too. Of course, I've been here a while. I know a lot of good people. And I get supported by lots of people every day. And I repeat what I've said before, I'm only one piece of the puzzle. But just watch the video and see the reaction from the adult society. They choose not to see, hear or feel, and they choose to have no empathy or compassion whatsoever. And that's towards a writer of 82 songs on this very street. So what can they see? What do they hear and what do they feel? From my observations, not much at all. They can clearly tell I'm singing and defending their children again and again and again. And they'll even walk past that in their own language. Example. That's God help the children in 3 single words in their own language. And they'll walk past that too, with 0 empathy and 0 compassion. And they'll walk past this too. God help the children, if only they could see like... Another great example. The children looked, the children noticed, the adults didn't. The children are still looking now. They're looking back. So I can say God help the children in English and Italian. The adults choose not to notice, and the children do. I could sit here for hours giving examples of this is the kind of stuff I've been doing and saying for years, and the adult society fiercely reject it. Fiercely. From 1 single meter away. Here's one of my friends now. The first person to notice. And it's the same process every day. I see it like this. They're in a loop of insanity. Grazie, nice to see you. Grazie, buona giornata. Amico della Realta. The other ones are just in a loop. They choose not to notice. They choose, it's a choice they make. They choose to not notice music and art. They choose to have no compassion or empathy whatsoever. They choose to live in the ground. They choose to live in their screens. And they've been doing exactly the same for thousands of days. I wrote Zombies Don't Feel Pain 9 years ago. And, well, they didn't get any better. They didn't get any better since all the writing I did in Rome 2 years ago either. Ground Dwellers, Abertanti della Terra, Ghost Walkers, Camminatori di Fantasmi. They got worse and worse and worse. Every year, it's called the zombie apocalypse. And they just continue. I worked it out 9 years ago, how big the problem was becoming. And they are the problem. I could sit here, I guarantee this is true from all I've seen. I could sit here as a famous artist, they wouldn't even notice. Child of reality, ciao little man, occhiali per realtà, cool, spazio vision. Child of reality, what do you say? Ciao. Figlio di realtà, cosa vedi? Child of reality, what do I say? And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. Simon and Garfunkel, Sound of Silence, Bambinis, which is what the adult society are, silent. Ciao, little man. Occhiali per realtà, spazio vision. I'm doing stuff like that every day. I'm doing stuff like that every day. That is what Paul Simon says in the text of Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence. And I'm letting the children know every day that for me that's undeniable prophecy. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. So I'm doing that kind of stuff too every day. And the children, of course, notice. And then, hopefully, they'll listen to the Sound of Silence. And that's what the adult society are. Not everyone, but the vast majority. They're so silent, they refuse to hear, see or feel music or art from 1 single meter away, which just so happens to be the distance of the selfie stick, doesn't it? Another song written in this position. I've shared multiple versions of this already. The mirrors are the beds, written exactly where the screen is right now, and this is the reaction. There's a storm overhead. The mirrors are the beds. They're somewhere else instead. The mirrors are the beds. Check it like it's seen it. Hot in there. One of my friends has just arrived. Video. Be careful where you tread. The mirrors are the beds. Is the storm inside your head? The mirrors are the beds. They sleepwalk. The mirrors are the beds. Check it like it's seen it.
See it, bro. See it, bro, in a minute.
See you soon. Are they already dead? The mirrors are the beds. Are they already dead? The mirrors are the beds. They sleepwalk. The mirrors are the beds. See? A song I wrote in Baden, Switzerland. There's no reason for me to play the whole songs. I'm just making this specifically for more to see what the adult society have become. I repeat what I said at the start. I'm sitting opposite the position that I've written approximately 4 albums where the screen is right now. How many moving adults will notice? Well, the statistic is this. They won't. Because they choose not to. It's clear to see the children are in reality. It's clear to see the children are in reality. So where are you? So where are you? And where have you been hiding? And where have you been? Have you been hiding inside your screens? So where are you? They're nowhere at all. They're in the ground, they're in their screens, and they don't notice the music or art, as I've made very, very clearly visible in the videos. And this is another one to prove exactly that. They just keep walking. They don't have compassion or empathy, and they reject music and art. So maybe they've got some presumptions. For instance, a quick instant judgment. Oh, you must be this kind of guy. You must be that type of girl. You must be this type of guy, this type of girl. I reject you. Oh, you must be a musician. You must be an artist. I reject you too. And they just keep walking like they've been doing for thousands of days. They can hear exactly what I'm saying, and they keep walking. I've been looking into the future. What did I see? I in the children, they can change our minds. I believe the children of the future. I believe the children of the future. What do they see? They see all the beauty surrounding that you just don't see. They kept all of the innocence they're lost behind. I believe in the children, they can change our minds. I believe in the children, they can change our minds. I believe in the children, they can change our minds. Children, they're stuck inside a spell. So I wrote Please Tell Me Why They're Stuck Inside a Spell 4.5 years ago in Spain. I wrote Change Our Minds, Defend the Children in Wädenswil Stazione, Switzerland 9 years ago. And here I am singing the same text. I'll give another example. I could run off a list of examples and just watch the video if you have the courage to do so, and watch the reaction from the moving adult society for a writer of 82 songs. I'm repeating the statistics because, well, it's just insanity. They choose not to recognize, see, hear or feel a living writer in the heart of Agrigento. So what can they see? What do they hear? What do they feel? I'm trying to report the statistics of exactly that. They don't. I want to walk towards them and shake them by the ears and tell them they didn't lie too ferociously. I stop because I realize I say I'm no one who's insane. Can you tell me, is it true? But zombies don't feel pain. I wrote Zombies Don't Feel Pain 9 years ago in Luxembourg City, and my favourite performance of it is Napoli, November 2015. And I don't even play it all the way through because obviously, needless to say, it's pretty frustrating that 9 years later, guess what? They haven't got any better. 8 years ago, they were getting worse and worse, etc., etc., etc. every year. And now it's at the stage in the adult society where if one single adult out of 100 will notice the musician, artist, poet, writer from 1 single meter away, it's an absolute miracle just to witness one single adult who would notice, choose to look. There's so much to say in reality. Hello, there it is. Of course, that's where music and art is, and they choose not to be in reality and to notice the musician, poet, artist or writer. And again, I can confirm, they've been following exactly that same pattern for thousands of days. Imagine this scenario. I'm sitting here as a homeless man in need instead, and I'm really not a writer. How many of the moving adults would have offered a piece of bread or 5 cents? Well, as you can see, they wouldn't. Someone I know would. And the rest, they keep walking. They just presume this and presume that and think, oh, he must be this type of guy, he must be that type of guy. Let's just continue in the ground on our screens instead. And that's exactly what they're like. How can I recover from myself? I want to talk to you about a better world used to know reality. There it is. I can say stuff like that. They choose not to notice. At least the children are here. At least the children are here. At least the children are here. You're just passing through. At least the children are here. You're just passing through. God help the children. Where are you? oversate, oversate, oversate. Where have all the humans gone? Where have all the humans gone? Where have all the humans gone? Have you been dreaming? There's a whole other world, and it's the other way. Have you been dreaming? Up or down? A simple choice, they say. Where have all the humans gone? Where have all the humans gone? With one of my musical partners, Thierry, GFE Ultra, I can let the viewers who get this far in the video know too that right next to the position of the camera is the details of my name, GFE Ultra, plus the Alien Brothers, my two French musical partners that I work with, in big writing, directly next to a screen. How many have noticed in this video up to now of the Moving Adult Society? Only the people I know. My friend Tina came up, another friend walked past, and another friend gave 50 centesimi. So this is what they've become. This is what the adult society are like. They walk through Agrigento, absolutely emotionless. Hypnotizator, hypnotizator. They're hypnotized, completely hypnotized. No ears, no eyes, hypnotized. Alice. As the video will clearly show, the vast majority of moving adults walking past this section won't even look in the direction of a writer at all. And exactly the same with the other artists I've mentioned again and again. They won't even notice I'm filming. One or two will, most won't even notice. They're in the gram, not a single cent. They're in the gram, not a single cent. They're in the gram, they're only looking down. They're zombies. They're in the gram, they're only looking down. They're zombies. For how long have you been banned? Not a single cent. For how long have you been banned? Not a single cent. They're in the lost now found, they're only looking down. They're zombies. They're in the gram, they're only looking down. They're zombies. So I guess you'll need more time lapse towards your recovery. Perhaps you'll need more time lapse towards your recovery. They're spinning round, it's not a single cent. They're spinning round, it's not a single cent. And now the clock's unwound, it's not a single cent. There's zombies. They're in the gram, they're only looking down. They're zombies. So I guess you'll need more time lapse towards your recovery. Perhaps you'll need more time lapse towards your recovery. They're in the gram, it's not a single cent. They're in the gram, it's not a single cent. They're in the gram, they're only looking down. They're zombies. Child of reality, Joe. Oh, shakalaka, Tina.
Over there.
Yeah, but we need another 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, in fact, I think that's enough for now. I just finished the video. I finished the video. Tina's just brought a beer. So hopefully this video, on top of the other videos I'm sharing, will eventually help more to realise what the adult society have become. They walk through entire cities with an inability to appreciate music and art, and they walk past musicians, poets, artists, writers, and homeless brothers and sisters, and I've witnessed them doing that very, very clearly, the adult society, in crystal clarity through all of my journey, in particular since the start of the zombie apocalypse. This video is more evidence to show you, anyone who watches the video this far, exactly what they become. They walk straight past a writer, straight past a guitarist, with zero empathy or compassion whatsoever, with their eyes in the ground, no emotion at all. God bless.
Cheerio.
And everyone who just walked past, your faces are going,
Oh, me